The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Hello, Sofa Squad. How is everybody doing? Hello, hello, hello. I hope that everybody is doing well. If you could, please drop a number 1 off in the comments section. Pardon me, so that way I know that you can hear me. And then, you know, that's kind of what we'll be doing. Okay. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Shannon. Hello, everybody. Hey, Trex. Hey, Paula, thanks for the ones, everybody. I do appreciate it. Indy and Emily, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for holding the fort down. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody is continuing to have a wonderful weekend. As you can see, we've got sleeping little babies, 1 and 2. If you follow... If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the stories that I did. We got little doggy toys, and then hold on 1 second. We're spending our no, hold on, hold on, let me recalibrate here. I just read something. And my heart kind of broke. We got toys and stuff like that today. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see where I posted them. And yeah, these dogs have barked and barked and barked. Oh my gosh. And there's this big orange ball that's like, it's literally as big as Bo. Y'all, he goes and picks it up. Now look at this, y'all. This right here, and let me see. I don't want to turn them up because they finally have settled. Okay, this right here, if you do it like this, purple mode is like, well, you can't really see it, is wacky mode. Watch. It just does random stuff. Y'all, Bo's not afraid of it. Bo will go up and be like, what's this? Luke will not stop barking. I'm talking not at all. I mean, going off on this thing. Now, hold on. This is important, so I want to respond to it real quick. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go. Okay, sorry. And we have some new mods in the house. We're gonna have people helping us. We might add more as we go along. So welcome Audra and anyone else who's showing up that's gonna be helping out with the moderating. I do appreciate it. I'm not sure. I was looking away if you're in the room or not. So yeah, so let's do some homework real quick before you watch. Obviously tonight we were watching Lori Daybell's And Tux, there you are, Tux. Yay, hey, thank you for being here. And Lauren, thank you for being here. Sorry, I'm missing everybody's name. So y'all, we're gonna watch Lori Daybell tonight. Next week starts jury selection in the Lori Daybell trial. So they're not gonna be televising that, but they'll, we're gonna be following people. And I don't know how we'll do it. What we might be doing is like when we start the lives off, we'll kind of do updates on it and just see how jury selection's going, that type thing, yada yada yada. Maybe I'll do like little update videos for the main channel, but once it starts streaming, we're going to be here, which is why we brought some new moderators on to help us. Because, pardon me, because we'll be, pardon me, we'll be streaming the trial during the day. So, and then probably maybe even going live in the evening times to talk about a recap. It's going to be intense. Now, depending on how this goes, when this trial's over and when it's over, y'all, we've got numerous trials happening afterwards. So we're just going to kind of ride the wave of it all and see what ends and what does this and what does that. Northwest says Nate Eaton is live tweeting. Lori filed a bunch of motions. I did a video on it, but they're not going to be able to get to it till like Wednesday, so it'll be kind of outdated by the time it comes. But you can at least hear my opinions and emotions and stuff like that. So she was firing off stuff. She put Nate on her witness list. This, that, the other. He fired back this. I mean, it's just up to the last minute. So what I, pardon me, what I want to do is this week start revisiting some of the key pieces from not the previous, because this is dealing with Charles Vallow and his death. Some of the key, like, I don't even know if call it evidence, the interviews or whatever. So the first ones we're going to do tonight's Lori Daybell. Obviously, she's been on trial. Tomorrow night will be Alex Cox, because I personally think this is who she's going to blame or a part of it or whatever, right? After that, we'll watch Tylee. And then from there, I think we're going to definitely, as like a palate cleanser, we're going to need to throw in Julie Rowe before the trial starts, just you know what I'm saying? Get us there. We also have Melanie Gibb. I don't think she'll be in this one. I don't believe she was there or, on the witness list. So all that being said, there's that. Now, the way I understand it, and y'all let me know if you've seen other people say against this or whatever. Hello, Mostly. And Mostly, I just love seeing your name. What was I going to say? I'm sorry, my mind is like kind of scattered now. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. I forgot. Oh, yeah, the loin fire reading would be good. You know what, y'all? Oh, my gosh. First of all, y'all. Okay, you know that channel, phone calls from Prism? You know what I'm talking about? So I emailed them today, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I, do your stuff to like do some reaction videos too? They were so nice. They're like, yeah, just do it. Basically, don't just like repost it, right? As long as it's like commentary, whatever. Which I was like, oh please, that's exactly what I do. Y'all, I've been going over the entire Stefan Stearns call today, like like getting it from the thing to do a thing to it, y'all. There's so many good phone calls on their channel to react to. So that's coming up. I just had to like intrusive thought there with that. But yeah, Emily had given me the idea of like, hey, Paul, on lunch break, stuff like that. You should play stuff during the middle of it or whatever. So maybe like stuff like loin fire and things like that, depending on the vibe, right? If it's been like, we're gonna take the temperature. Pardon me. So, but we'll do like little palate cleansers on lunch break and stuff like that. So there's that. Anyways. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're a great channel. They get so many great phone calls. Tori, hello. It's good to see you. Hold on 1 second. I hope all is well, Tori. Hold on, I'm just reading the chat here. Imagine Melanie Gibb. I know the Melanie Gibb thing, yes. Hey, Shayna, how's it going? Hey, Shayna, how's it going? Yeah, Tori, I'm sending good vibes. Let me see. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to watch the interview. It's about 53 minutes. And I'm drinking. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I wanted to make sure first, but y'all send Tori, y'all, it kind of makes me want to start crying, I'm not gonna lie. Send Tori major love. Y'all, she is spending her last week, however you want to say it, with their fur baby. My heart breaks. It absolutely breaks. I'm so sorry. I mean, I am so sorry. If there's anything we can do, but definitely just let's send some Roscoe. Where my thing at? Where's my little Roscoe hearts? Oh, I mean, my God, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Yeah, and tonight. Oh my God, Tori says she's exactly as old as our relationship and shares my birthday. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. I'm so sorry. Pardon me, I'm sorry. Just cough. So I am drinking just coffee tonight. The answer to the question above, just coffee. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is, again, this is Lori. This is after her husband, Charles Vallow, was murdered. Okay, this is who she is on trial for. Lori Daybell, remember, she was convicted, if you don't know this, convicted of killing her 2 children, Tally JJ, as well as Chad Daybell, her current husband's late wife, who they killed too. Now she's going to Arizona. She stands 2 different trials. One's Charles Vallow, one's Brandon Boudreaux. They're going to be allegedly back to back. We'll see how this goes. She is representing herself. So this one is going to be, you're going to want to come to the screen a few times. Okay. I have not watched this in a very long time, so it's going to be interesting. Oh, Lauren, thanks for the gifted memberships. Okay. Let me get to the screen over here. Where'd y'all go? Where is it? Okay. Now drop a 1 when it starts playing so I know that y'all can hear it. Thank y'all for the 1s. You can hear them coming in. Now remember, in this right here, Lori is they're just getting the information as to what happened, and you'll see if you haven't watched this how they.
You don't hear her do the work or don't? Like they don't care.
Well, I think with high school, it's like they're just pumping.
When she was in elementary and junior high, all the teachers worked with her. They were nice about it. But by high school, there's so many kids that just don't care. And I was like, just take it. You're so smart. Let's just take it and see if you pass it. She passed it.
And got a really good score.
Yeah, she passed it with like college ready in every category the first time.
Well, and then she can do what she wants. So
exactly.
She's better off that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know Lori's your first name, right? Lauri.
Lori.
Okay. And then what's your last name?
Vallow. Vallow.
And your date of birth? And your phone number? And you live at the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I know this sounds silly, but it's probably the easiest way to start, is just to tell me what happened. And then, so you can start what makes the most sense to you, and we'll just work.
Now, side note, y'all, Northwest brings up a good point. So chatty for the situation. Just keep in mind, okay, her husband's just been shot and killed, right? So this is one of the things that was such red flag material. Look at just the conversation she's having coming in. She is, you would think she's coming in for a teacher student counselor meeting or something, right? Just already it's off.
Work our way through, and I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions just to kind of clarify.
Sure.
So I know you talked to the initial patrol officer.
And he just got information.
Hey, Chrissy, I hope you're doing okay.
So yeah, if you can just kind of tell me kind of
I
what
saw
happened.
it
It
earlier.
sounds like some of this may have started last night or
Hope you're all right.
something along those lines. So start where you think it makes the most sense.
Okay, so, I
told you, it's a crazy question.
Well, so we moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. So we
Okay.
were in Houston. And so he's like, we had decided to separate or whatever. So he's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever, because he's all about JJ. He's never about Tylee, but he's all about JJ.
Mhm.
Because we adopted him together. He's
Okay.
his great nephew. We adopted him as a
Okay.
baby. And so we adopted him as a baby, and so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he's always gone like Monday through Friday. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul, and then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time, you know, like whatever, all these things. And then he told me,
What kind of threats?
just, you'd have to read them to see, but he's always mad at me, right?
Okay.
And he doesn't want a divorce, but I don't like him and don't want to deal with him, so that's just how it is. Like, so we married for 14 years, we dealt with it for 14 years, of him being horrible to her. Like, he gets in huge fights with her, a lot of things. But anyway, so he said, I'm coming Wednesday night, all of a sudden. I want to see JJ. And I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see whatever you want to. Come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So when you
She wants to act like she didn't use the children as like, you know, weaponize love, weaponize time with kids, weaponize any of this kind of stuff, right?
initially moved, he had said he was going to buy you a house. So you moved here with your
Yeah, he was going to rent us a house.
And so you
Because
moved.
all my family lives here. So we lived here for a long time.
Okay.
And then he
RJB.
moved us to Houston.
Okay.
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his like services, his DDD, his anything. He like ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
Okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him. And I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, blah, blah. You know, the story. And so I just didn't talk to him for like 30 days and let him take care of him and let him see what I've been doing for the past 7 years, because men need to do that. You know, I have 5 kids. I have grown kids. I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're going to threaten me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation?
Right.
Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You're
Right.
begging me to come pick him up.
Yeah.
Which he did. It's just like, come back and whatever. So I moved in with them to Houston for the family, you know.
She knew exactly how to work this woman over, all the things to say. Because remember, at this point, Lori's like, plans are underway. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, this ball is rolling, you know, and like, it's haunting to hear the things that she is accusing him of with hindsight, obviously.
When Tylee went with me, we drove to Houston from here and left all our family and all his support, all my son's support, like his cousins, everything. And we were there, and I enrolled him in school there. I tried to start all his services, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
You know, it takes so long to get that done.
There's no easy transferring.
There's
anything.
no easy transfer.
You start from the
State to
beginning.
state, it's a totally new thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of it in those 30 days. So he just had gone without services, without even applying. And I'm like, do you even realize? Because he didn't ever do it in the first place. I did it. Long story. I'll keep it short. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks since we moved in.
Okay.
He came. He was very nasty when he was there, but he travels for business. So he went back to the Houston house.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm coming on Wednesday night. And I'm going to come pick up JJ and take him to school Thursday. Pick him up
Bandit,
Thursday,
I'm
take him
laughing at your
Friday.
comment.
whatever. I
That's
said,
mom.
Casey wanted to come to the house. And I said, you can't come stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. She's a minor. She has to live here.
Yeah.
So because he gets in huge fights with her.
Okay.
And she hates him. And so I'm like, you can't stay at the house, so I will book you a hotel, because he stays in hotels all the time because he travels for business, and the business pays for it, right? So I said, I will book you a hotel nearby.
What does he do?
He works with teachers and their retirement plans, but he goes to them at their school.
Oh, okay.
He mostly works in California,
Okay.
no matter where we live. And we lived in Hawaii, he'd work in California, he'd work in Texas. He has like books of business in different areas. And so he just goes wherever.
Okay.
It kind of just gives him freedom that he doesn't have to stay home every day and take care of special needs.
Yeah.
It's like an excuse, right? So I've done that myself for the last 7 years anyway. And I was a single mom before I married him with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And he had 2 kids. We got married, tried to make a family.
Yeah.
How it goes. Anyway. So he said he was coming last night. I said, well, you can't stay at this house because you can't get on the plane. I'll get you a hotel and you can come play with JJ. But he goes to school all day.
Yeah.
I got him back into his school. His services, I met with the DDD yesterday, and they finally are getting his services back. But we're paying $125 a day to have him back at school because he's so out of his routine. He's been a nightmare on the floor, kicking stuff, hitting stuff, walls. Like, he just ripped him out of his life.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just how he is, because he only thinks about himself. So. He says, coming to get JJ, and JJ's like, I don't want Dad, because he knows Dad took him away, so he was freaking out, right? So I didn't tell him he was even coming, like, Dad's going to come take you to school or anything. So he didn't bother me last night, which I was surprised. I was expecting kind of an ambush for him to kind of, like, come over or be just mean and say, that's my house, I'm on the lease, I'm going to stay here, kind of thing. Because that's kind of his macho attitude. And so he came this morning. I was getting JJ ready.
So he got in last night, but he wasn't at the house last night.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him, except for he texted me and said, I'll be there at 7:30 to pick up JJ.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that was good, because I didn't hear from him. And then he came over in the morning, and he's like banging on the door. I'm like, oh great, here we go, And I was just gonna be nice. I'm just gonna be nice as possible. And I had JJ stuff all ready for school. And so,
do you remember about what time he got there?
He said he'd be there 7:30, but it was more like 7.
Also, too, what's infuriating amongst like many things with this is we already know the pure hell that she has put this man through at this point. And so she's just sitting here and just so casually playing this off like he's this terrible person, and she's done so much for JJ and his services, and but of course, little do we know she's going to rip him out of school, get rid of his dog, do the and obviously the ultimate what we found out. But she makes it out like she is just mom of the year. But you see how she knows enough about that life to sell it to this woman. Also what's interesting in watching these things is you're seeing how Lori was able to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? And like how she could walk people into these things. Not everybody, but enough.
7:40-ish or 7:35, I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember looking at the clock, and he wasn't there at 7:30, and he's usually Mr.
Punctual.
Yes. So I was like, okay. And then JJ was like, oh, Dad. And then he was like, Mommy, and like ran to me and was like holding me. He's like, you're not taking me to school. And I was like, it's okay, Dad, I can just drive you to school. It's not a big deal. Just trying to make it whatever.
Calm.
Yeah, calm. And then he was just being real smirky and real like jerky, to me. And I was like ignoring him, whatever. And so he was like,
Did your brother lives there with you?
No.
Okay.
He had stayed with me last night because I was worried he was going to come over and cause trouble with me.
Okay.
And just wanted someone else there, like my brother there, because I trust my brother. And it's been a long story. Like, I had to go live with my brother when
for me.
he took JJ. And, he's just been difficult. So, anyway. So I got JJ stuff ready.
Also, the way that she has to stop every now and then and like almost like remember, okay, what am I saying? Okay, where am I at with that? Which I get in a normal situation, you might have to do that a little bit. But my opinion is that she's making up a lot of this as she's going and skewing it obviously in her own favor.
Yeah, and he was like, well, and he's like this about timing. He's like, I'm leaving in 20 minutes because it's like 15 minutes to the school and like you can't get there early. They don't open the gates until 8:20 or something like that. And I said, well, why don't you just go now? I don't want him in the house. I'm like, why don't you just go now and take him to Burger King because that's what he likes for breakfast. And he's very particular about food.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted chicken fries for
Yeah.
breakfast and a Sprite. Like, and I just get what he wants because if you don't get what he wants, then it's like on the floor screaming, dragging him into school. Like, and he's big and he's heavy and it was hard for me to handle that. Anyway, so I said, just go. And so he said, okay. So I gave him a backpack. He got in the car. This is his MO, right? He always leaves something in the house and comes back. He never leaves the first time. I always expect my husband to come back into the house, right? So I guess he had left his phone on the counter.
So he initially left with the backpack and with JJ? And
So he put them in the car,
okay.
in the driveway, and then he came back in, right? So I kissed JJ goodbye. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter, and I had his phone. And he was like, give me my phone. And I was like, why don't you show me your text that you've been texting, blah, 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 whatever. Because he's like acting really weird, like he's plotting something against me. Like, I'm like, why are you even here? Like, what did you come here for? He's been talking to my other brother, and my brother came into town at the same time last night. And I haven't talked to my brother in a while, my other brother, and I was like, and so he was texting him on the phone when he first got to my house, and I'm like, why are you texting Adam? Like, do you even talk to him? Like, my other brother. And, he's been telling me all these texts, like, you're going down, blah, 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 blah. He's blaming me for our marriage breaking up and my niece getting divorced and my friend getting divorced. He said, I'm a destroyer of families because I want everybody to get divorced. I'm like, what would my motivation be for people getting divorced? So I can babysit the kids more? Like, why would I have any control over what people do?
Yeah.
So it's just very odd. But anyway, he goes nuts. He's gone nuts on us a lot of times. Tyler and I have had to leave with JJ over the years, probably 5 times, and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts. Like, you don't know what's going to set him off. Like, whatever. And she's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had
She
JJ with special needs, and it's really hard.
relieved.
Like, it's even harder.
You know what I'm saying? Like the sense
So
of
when you say he
relief
goes
from
nuts,
her.
that means that can mean a
voice.
lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling and
nuts like
screaming.
breaking
Like,
things.
yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides like grabbing us and pushing us, but not like punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical
Okay.
before. And with my grown son,
Like physical how?
like got into a physical fist fight with my son when he was 16.
Okay.
And he came after Tylee 2 times in Hawaii.
Okay.
And like went like he was going to hit her, but then I got in between them.
Uh-huh.
Right.
How old was she when that happened?
Probably 13 and 14.
Okay. So this morning he comes back in and
He comes back in, I wouldn't give him his phone. He was screaming at me to give him his phone. He was very worried about whatever was on his text that he did not want me to see. And so I was just holding it there, and he was screaming at me. And I was kind of walking towards around the house with it so he couldn't get it. He's like reaching for it and stuff like that. And so Tylee came out of her room upset, and she had a bat. And she told him to leave her mother alone, like, right? So she was really whatever. And he's screaming at her, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, 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 blah. And then my brother heard all the commotion because he was in there in bed. And so he came out into the main room and I guess whatever.
What's your brother's name?
Alex.
Alex, okay.
And then he just started, he was screaming and he was super upset and whatever. And he's yelling at Tylee, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, blah, blah. And so Tylee, I guess, I don't know if she swung at him or what, but he like grabbed the bat from Tylee and then went to like hit Tylee with the bat. It was, and I was right there, and they were right there, and my brother grabbed him from behind, like just to stop him from hitting Tylee.
You go like this, like he grabbed him like.
Yeah, from behind, like just kind of to pull him back. And then they got into the thing, and he's hitting him with the bat, and they're on the ground, like grappling around or whatever. And then, it was all
And he
quickly.
And he hit your brother with the bat while they were grappling and stuff.
Yes, he was hitting him with the bat, like swinging the bat, back and forth, and they were kind of like on the ground, and I was like freaking out trying to go around, knowing JJ was in the car, right? And so then he got up and he had the bat like this towards me, and I was going around the other side to try to just get out of his range where he couldn't hit me. And then I had told Tylee that she was on the ground because after he took the bat from her, she fell back. And so I told her, I was like, go get in the car with JJ. Like, I don't want JJ coming in to the house and I wanted her out of the way. I wanted the kids out of the way, whatever this fight was going to be. And then,
do you remember what your husband or your brother were saying or yelling during all of this? If they were at all?
Just kind of, get off me, out, or whatever. They were like, don't talk to my niece about whatever. Like, it was, I don't remember specifics, but they were kind of both, they were kind of in the heat of it. I don't think there was many words that I remember.
So Tylee goes outside.
Yeah, she was outside.
And then what happened?
Then they got up from that, and my brother had stepped back, I guess, and then Charles was coming with me at the back and yelling at me to give him his phone still, because I had it in my hand. It was all really quickly. And then when I went around kind of in the circle, then my brother was there.
Now, here's the thing with this. Obviously, I'm no therapist, I'm no doctor, I'm none of this, whatever. This whole story she's telling to me is so convoluted in the context of would you really remember every last play-by-play of this in this level of trauma and adrenaline? Because how if you're in some imagine to me, I equate a situation like this, murder, accident, legit, whatever, the same level of adrenaline as a car wreck. So think about when you if you've been in a car wreck or whatever, where it's almost you kind of that jolt of adrenaline almost is it makes you forget. You know what I mean? Not like a blackout, but almost like that. So for her to sit here and be running in this whole thing of well, they did this, and then they did this, and then he did his arm here, and then he did this, and now we already know. It's just Alex, that little tiny thing that Alex has on his head. It's it doesn't make that much sense. Now, this is one thing that always confuses me with this, and we'll get to this once we get to Tylee's interview. Now, remember, we're going to do this one tonight, Alex tomorrow, Tylee the next day. Because all the stories they all have the same type story. So to me, I'm there's some level, because I don't personally, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong if you know more about this on this level, I don't think that, pardon me, Tylee was in on the I'm gonna lie for mom and blah 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 blah. I feel an authentic situation went down. You know what I mean? But I feel Alex and Lori instigated it. And somebody up here said something about taking the phone to make him mad. 100%. 100%. I think that they did that. They got him upset. They made him mad. And I feel yes, Tylee saw a part of it, right? And I can't remember. It's been a long time since I watched her interview. So yeah, they ambushed him, probably so, Paul, I think, or yeah. Once I hear Tylee's thing again, and then obviously Alex's, that's why I want to get the three stories to go into it, because I just Tylee saw a portion of this, but probably was not privy. Well, number one, her mom was probably working her up, convincing, you got to stay away from Charles, this and that, blah, 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 blah. We're, going over here to get away from dad and whatever they did, So there was no fight. Charles wasn't the kind of man that got angry or violent. Hold on. Wait, children. Tylee was about it. Yeah, because the part about Lori trying to sit here and say that he tried to attack Tylee and do this and that part to me has always been again, I don't know them. But Tylee was coached by the mom on what to say. Okay, yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got. Sweet Tylee, I know. Charles made it. Yep. April 7th. Yeah, she drove on up with Tylee, making sure they got it. Yeah. Well, Alex had no. That's the thing. Yeah, Alex had that little tiny thing, which personally I think they probably did that to themselves. You know what I mean? Because to sit here and be that's from a baseball bat from Charles Vallow. I mean, you see him. I mean, even for being a air quote, he's a little bit older than me, so he's not. I'm not young either, right? Okay, hold on. Northwest says Charles never physically attacked Tilly, according to Zach that lived with him. Okay, that's right. I don't think Charles would ever. Yeah, I don't think he would either. And especially because he knew things were going. I think in Charles's last moments of life, this is what his thought was. Oh my God, it's happening. Like that whole sinking feeling of this is what, because he was telling everybody this. He was warning everybody about this. He went to the police about this. So it was like that whole moment of this is it. When he saw Alex, he probably instantly knew it gives me goosebumps. This is it. That whole sinking feeling just set in, and he knew right then and there, she got me. She got me. I mean, my God, the poor man. Hold on. Yeah, I could see if he took the bat from Tylee. Pardon me. But yeah, I don't think he would. I agree. I don't believe that he would sit there and like what she's talking about here. No. Yeah, I think Lori. I mean, what I see is Lori almost acting like a kid, like a nanny boo boo, that type vibe in that room. Like whatever happened there, and then Alex came out and probably was just being Alex because he knew Alex was there to kill him. That's why Alex was there. Alex was there to kill Charles. Period. No other reason. Anyways, let's keep going. I'm going off of my tangent. It's getting my blood. I'm literally like, my blood pressure's going up. This one really ticks me off. Okay, here we go.
When you said when you were going
I
around
agree,
and he was
Casey.
coming at you with the bat, how was he holding the bat?
Just like that, like backwards. One arm.
Like he was swinging it backwards? He would have done like
he would have swung it backwards at me, not frontward.
Okay, yeah.
He was a professional baseball player.
Okay.
So it wasn't a good idea for Tyler to get out of that.
Probably not the.
I mean, he played semi-pro.
Yeah.
I mean, But, yeah, and then I was kind of turned around, and we were all right there in that room, except for the kids had been outside by that time, and I heard the gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you heard the shot?
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually see the shot, or did you just hear it?
I had gone around
Mm-hmm.
to the kitchen to get away from him, and so back around. So I don't know if he went in the house.
I didn't, so I'm a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, so
you can tell she's questioning her own story here.
I didn't see the shot, I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground.
Okay.
She started questioning her own story when she did the baseball bat backwards. You could see her unsureness, like it went this way. And then this part here, she stopped. Like she was like, I messed up. You could see it, you could hear it in her voice.
And I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I was just freaking out, and it just went into mama. I'm like, I've got to go to get JJ to school. I've got to get to the kids. I just felt like I got to get to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just went outside and to see if they were in there. Okay, I didn't want them coming back in the house when all that was going on. And got JJ in the car, and he was trying to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And Tylee was like looking at me with like the crazy eyes, like what just happened. And I told her to get in the car and we're going to take JJ to school.
Mm-hmm.
And I just left.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground.
So here's this one thing. I'm sorry to keep pausing that. So even in this story right here, she's sitting here saying she, basically is around the corner when he shot and killed. I don't believe that once. I think she was laughing at him as he was killed, probably. But then she's running out. Just for the kids. We got to get JJ to school. We see the video of her going to Burger King. We see her being interviewed when she comes back. She is laughing. She is joking. She is giddy like nothing happened.
Where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
Like it all happened very quickly. I feel like I was there because I was right there, and a second later,
okay.
I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you at all? Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
Like it was just I didn't say anything. I went out with the kids just to check on them first, and I was gonna come back in maybe, but I didn't. I was like, I just have to get him to school and call the police and come back, you know, whatever.
Did anybody say anything?
I mean, amen, Northwest. Northwest says drive 2 blocks to safety and dial 911. Who in their right mind would take their kids and drop them off to school after you've just heard gunshots and went through that? Who in their right? What? It doesn't even make sense. The fact that this passed the vibe check in this moment is shocking to me. You know what I'm saying? Why would anyone even think to do that? And even then having kids, imagine being like, what would you say to your kids to go drop them off? Like, don't tell anyone what just happened. I mean, you would just be thinking of what are they going to say when they get to school? Like this part right here just blows my mind. Thanks, Jill. Okay, where are we at? Okay, here we go.
Did you or your brother say anything at some point about calling the police or calling 911? Do you remember?
Yeah, he called me and
Okay.
he said, "Are you taking JJ to school?"
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Yeah, we need to call the police." And he said, "Okay."
Okay. So he called you when you didn't come back inside, basically?
Right.
Okay.
Because I was like in the car for a minute, and then I was like, "What do I do?"
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want JJ to go inside, and I
Okay.
didn't know what to do. And Tyler was freaking out. I was trying to get them away from the scene.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
And you may not know this,
Mhm.
so, because I know you heard the shot, do you know at what point your brother had the gun? Do you know if he had it when they got in their first fight, or did he have to go get it, or do you know that at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And do you remember if you ever heard your brother?
I didn't see him ever leave the room.
Okay.
So it was so fast. All that was so fast. Like him on the ground, rolling around, and I'm screaming. And
this probably happened in a couple seconds.
yeah, I mean, it was like super fast.
And I don't know if you know this or not. Does your brother normally carry a gun? Like, I carry a gun everywhere I go.
Right. Like, I know he's a gun person. Like, he has guns and things.
Okay.
He's good with guns.
Did you know that he had one with him
No.
when he came over?
No, but
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Because
Okay.
he's very, very professional with guns.
Proficient, professional.
Yes, he is, isn't he,
Responsible
Lori?
is usually a good
Right.
better word.
Responsible with guns.
And then, do you remember if at any time, so you were trying to get away from him,
Right.
and you heard the shot. Prior to the shot, do you remember at any point hearing your husband or your brother saying anything to either of them?
No.
So my second very ridiculous question is there anything else that I didn't ask about or anything that we didn't cover that you think is important? I always ask that just because I wasn't there, and so we're going through something that happened a super small amount of time.
Yes. Can I
So,
step?
Yeah, go for it.
Just thinking.
She's going to go into downward dog or some yoga pose or something like that. She's like, I'm just getting my story straight.
Just that. He was just so angry, like super scary.
Did you
know how you
Super
take
scary.
your phone away from like a 16-year-old and
Uh-huh.
they freak out,
Uh-huh.
like their world disintegrates. Like I've taken my phone away from a 16-year-old boy before, and he like, he's like wanted to kill himself because like they kidnapped him. That's how it was. It was like, is something on his phone that he does not want me to see, that he was like freaking out,
Mhm.
like
Freaking
to
out.
the point where I thought he would hit me in the back of the head to get the phone.
Okay. So you thought, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
But you have so much
you thought
already.
it was possible that he was going to hurt you.
Absolutely, he was gonna hurt me and Tylee.
Okay.
Not JJ. He would never hurt JJ.
Okay.
And he hurt my brother. Like
Yeah.
he was going like ballistic about. It was bad.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her real quick.
Okay.
And then if, obviously, we'll be here for a little bit, hopefully not too much longer. But if you think of anything or there's anything that kind of pops in your head or something else that we didn't cover, obviously. So I'm gonna go talk to her for just a little bit, and then I'll kind of come back and check with you. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I know my partner's talking to your brother over in one of the other interview rooms. So we're going to just try to get, as much done as we can and go from there. Okay? And then
She's
is
trying
there
to
anybody
sniffle.
that you need to call or anything, or you want to wait a little bit?
I don't know what I would say.
And wait a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
I
I don't know what I would say.
And if you want to, you can think about it. So
She's really trying to
we
muster
do
some
have,
tears.
Victim services that work within the police department. They're right over here. They're not cops. They're civilians. And they do, Jessica, who's out there with the fire department, so they're kind of our crisis response. They come right away. So our victim services that work in the department are kind of more long-term type support system. So they're just a really good resource because they do a lot of stuff with our families and things like that, and can help with support services and questions you might have.
She's been through so much.
So it might be a good
I
idea.
just can't stand for her to have to go through all this.
Yeah, it might be a good idea maybe before I take you guys back today that I get one of them to come in and maybe sit and talk with you guys and see. And it's not something there's a bunch of stuff they can, offer, but it's good to have a contact and like a name and a face and a phone
Right.
number.
That'd be good.
That way maybe a couple days from now, a week from now, or if there's something going on or you think you need help with something, it may not be something that's necessarily up like me and my partner's alley, but it very much may be up theirs. So I'd like for you to meet one of them before we leave. That way, hopefully if there's something that they can help you and your daughter with, they can, or even JJ or whatever else.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I hadn't even thought about him.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he's used to him not being there, but he wouldn't understand even if you told him,
right,
like, that somebody passed away. He doesn't understand what
what
that
that means. Well, I mean, it's hard at 7 to understand that
Anyway,
anyways.
that's true, but with him, he just doesn't, which is probably better because he doesn't comprehend things,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's just, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah. So let me go find one of them, and then we'll make sure that you guys get to meet with them before you leave, because that might be something very helpful for you guys. And I'm going to go speak with your daughter for just a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
Okay? And if you need anything, let me know, okay? Okay.
She's trying to act all solemn and like broken. Like, oh, it's been such a treacherous year for us. Look at her. This part right here. Oh my God. I can't roll my damn eyes hard enough at this right here. I cannot roll my eyes hard enough. I mean, she's really trying. She is really trying. She is searching. It's a needle in a haystack right here for those tears. I mean, this part right here just makes me so mad. Here's the thing. Oh, yeah. Stacy says, can you imagine how ticked off she was when she found out about the insurance? 100%. She hit the roof. Yeah, she definitely, Shaggy says that she knows there's cameras in there. 100% she does. She is 100% just laying it up right now. I feel like the officer or the interrogator, whatever, and I could be wrong, I don't know, but I feel like in this it was like she was, and there's two ways. I feel like she came at Lori almost in a way of, this is a formality. It's almost like she instantly believed Lori. Now that could have been a technique, I don't know, But I felt like she instantly believed her. Hey, Amy. Yeah, Casey said she's trying to remember a time in her life that she was sad. 100%. 100%. And I mean, the thing is, now also too, and I can't remember when they come back in, and y'all help me out here. I feel like Lori, so Lori has to be very careful. I feel like Lori tries to sidestep a little bit the whole victim advocate type thing, but when there's a little bit, well, no, we're going to be, okay, well, yeah. She has to play that role, of like what's best for the children. Because for Lori, right now, she's like, oh, honey, I'm getting ready to get my check. This is what Nancy Brophy. Oh, hey, Sylvia. This is what Nancy Brophy hoped to have been, right? Like, we're about to get paid. She's counting her money. She is counting her money. Okay. She's like, we're going to get big screen TVs. I'm talking everything. I mean, you name it, right? It's like she can't spend it fast enough. And it is a rude awakening that she's going to get. Yeah, and Lori knew all the right things to say here. And I guess the thing that's frustrating is because we're seeing it from hindsight, and we're seeing all the moving parts for the most part happening at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we saw the Charles coming up and warning the police and the this and that, and oh, ouch! And all of the Kay Woodcock was the beneficiary of the money that Lori thought she was going to get. So Charles switched all that over to Kay because he saw this coming down the pipeline. And again, like I said earlier, I think once he got there and Alex came out from behind the corner or however they ambushed him, he knew right then and there, it's my time. It is my time. And now Kay is allegedly going to be on the stand. So this is going to be, I think that Lori probably blames a lot of her situation on Kay for multiple ways and reasons. Pepper asked a really good question. Do you think the kid, hold on, where'd he go? Do you think the kids would be alive if she got the insurance money? I have often felt like she probably got a little bit more pleasure when they took JJ's life because she knew it was like almost like vengeful to Kay for getting the money. You know what I'm saying? I think they still would have killed him though. I think they still would have killed him. I just think she got more pleasure out of it with JJ at least to get back at Kay. And I think she's going to somehow try and remind Kay of that. It's in whatever way you possibly could. Oh, excuse me. I feel like at this point, she's going to do a handstand. Here she goes. It's time to bring it on again. Yeah, I think that Kay will. I don't think that Kay. I don't think she's going to lose sleep over her time in the stand. I think she'll eat Lori up. I think she will eat Lori up. Because you got to remember too. So look at Lori here versus what we've seen. There is a definite she's down the portal, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think the bear is in the chair because it's like a victim's. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. This is like a victim advocate room or so, like some kind of victims room or something like that. And so I think it's there for like kids and things of that nature. But I could be wrong. Because see how this is like a air quotes comfortable room. This isn't like a. I'm sorry. This isn't like an interrogation room. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, victim interview room. Northwest says. Um, I don't know why. I don't know if they immediately looked at. I don't know how you can go from the interview that she did, where she's laughing and joking about the neighbors going to think something of them because they just moved into the neighborhood, and that didn't. And I'm sure it did set wrong on some level, but I think one thing that this brought up is how disconnected everything is. Because look at how many different parts were going on that nobody. It was almost like if you could have all these detect all these people, and I know some of it's state to state, but if you had all of them in the room to say, well, wait a minute, she said this here and this here, like that was obviously for obvious, it wasn't ever able to happen. Oh, yeah, I 100% think right now she's in the portal. She is in the portal doing handstands, talking to Chad Daybell. Absolutely. That is what she's doing here. She's like, Chad, we're almost there. You can hear stuff in the background. Pardon me. Yeah, Holly says in the loin fire portal bliss, 100%. Yeah, I feel like Pam asked, "Is this video that Lori's talking about she's wanting to get?" This is the only video that I know of, and I mean, to me, I'm not sure why they acted like this was so hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm assuming this is what Lori's talking about, or is that different? Because if you've been following like the update, like the recent stuff, Lori's like wanting to get. Thank you, Emily. Lori's wanting to get a hold of this video or get it out or something. And so to me, I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is it's here on the internet. It's not that hard to find. Oh, yeah, she's listening. Oh, I'm sorry. Northwest says she's listening to Tylee's interview. Wait, Northwest says Lori wants Gilbert Purse video. Wait, which one's that? Did I miss that? Oh, wait, are you talking about... Wait, which one are you talking about, Northwest? Which video? Yeah, Sandy says, I don't think the kid will be intimidated. I don't think so either. Not at all. I totally agree with you. A video earlier in the year is the one she's looking for. Charles took her purse and she found... Oh, wait. Is that the one where her and it was at Melanie Gibb? Is this video you're talking about where her, Melanie Gibb, and maybe Tylee go into the police station? Is that the one? Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yep. Well, between the two, I personally would have wanted to get rid of this one. Oh gosh, excuse me. I'm sorry. See, also too, it's like I forget that like we have access to all this stuff. Whereas it's more, I mean, obviously she doesn't have like, unfettered access. Yeah, she's dozed off. Yeah, she's like, her head seems to bob a little bit, and as she moves, she's like, I wonder if even her heart rate is elevated right now. Let's see, if you're guilty and left in a room, you will take a nap. Not guilty will not nap. Interesting. Yeah, let's fast forward because I'm starting to zone. I'm guilty. I'm starting to zone. I mean, yeah, this is just kind of her. Wait, is she doing something? Let's see. Oh yeah, here we are. We're nodding off. We're in full downward dog. Yoga pose. Sun salute. Handstands are next on the menu.
You're good with it? I'm gonna have her come over.
Here we go.
I like your daughter a lot.
She's fun.
Yeah. So one of the victim services, Denise, is here. So I kind of told her just a little bit of what happened. So if you're good with it, I'm gonna have her come over and I'm gonna introduce her to you guys so you guys can talk for a little bit. Which kind of works well too, because I need to run over to where my partner's at and just talk to him a little bit. That way you guys will have a little bit, hopefully, extra support if you need it. So I'm gonna go grab Denise real fast and then introduce you guys. Okay?
Lori's just sitting here like, when can I go home? She's like, I didn't know we'd have to do all this. She's like, I've got places to be. Okay, this is right at the
So
end.
this is Denise.
Hi. Hi. Sorry. I'm study.
So she's gonna take you over to like a conference room so you guys can sit and talk and stuff. And then you can just, once you guys talk and kind of, you can decide if you're comfortable with Tylee coming in or whatever.
Okay, sure.
And then
I
we'll
just don't want her to be left alone in the
Yeah,
room by herself.
yeah.
She's freaking out.
so we keep kind of popping in and checking on her and
I
stuff.
just don't want her to be alone too long.
Yeah.
We'll be as brief for as long as you want, okay? I'm here to try to, you got lots of choices when you talk, so.
Really
We'll
just
get
makes me
started
mad.
And then we'll go from there. That sound okay?
The way, where y'all at? The way they try and like, be like, we'll be here as much or as little as you want us to. Bless your heart. I'm just like, I mean, now, of course, this victim service lady doesn't have any idea that she's dealing with a stone cold serial killer. That's the part that blows my mind. Yeah, and that part where their culinary crime is making mention of her saying she didn't want Tylee in there alone. Yeah, I don't want her in there alone too long. She'll freak out. You don't know what she's saying. You don't want her to, to break the cover or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole thing is just sickening. I mean, like Lisa says, I'm a detective lady, what herself when the truth came out. Oh, you would have to. Because again, and I wonder too, and I mean, I'm sure they do this. Like, so for people involved in this, so for example, the detective lady right there, pardon me, if they went back and it's like, well, let's study this to see where things went wrong. What were some signs we should have called on to, or what was this? And I get it's different when you're in the moment and you're interviewing these people, whatever. But I think like from the very beginning where it was just like they had the whole thing. And again, I guess, I mean, they had 3 people saying, oh no, he ambushed us with, or he came in, he had the baseball bat, he did this, he had to kill him, whatever. Right. But it was almost like they immediately came at it from these 3 people are the victims. No questions asked. No questions asked. These people are the victims. Northwood says after the police looked at it all and they thought it was sus too. Yeah. It's like, how could you not? You know what I mean? Bandit's mom says they should have Kay monitor the shock belt. That would be good. I feel like Kay has earned that, right? I feel like she's earned that right. Everybody know Kay. We'll tell you when to do the belt, but it's up to you what level you do it at. We'll give you that discretion, but we have to be the ones to say when to do it. I'd be over there talking about, hey, Stormy, it's good to see you. I'd be over there talking about, oh, I thought you said go. You didn't say go, but she just came out of the room. Why would we do that? She's not even here. She's in the back room right there. You got her You got her scratching up on the ceiling. Hey, Dwayne, how's it going? No, this is I don't know what it is. It's probably like, it's fake velvet. It's fake velvet. It's plush. It's probably from Walmart or something. It's old, but it's the right texture to where when I come out in the mornings, I use this and I put it behind my head here to prop my head up and fall back to sleep. I don't know why it says I've seen a shock belt activated in court cost the judge and bailiff their jobs. Was it by accident or something? Why? Like what happened? Jason says this interview was my introduction to true crime. A lot of people, like, you know how like different things, like, so a lot of people say like Chris Watts was my introduction, Jodi Arias was my whatever. This case was a lot of people's usher into, even if it's like the following true crime from moment to moment or whatever, this case was that for a lot of people. I mean, nobody knew. How could you? How deep and evil and entrenched this case was. Northwest says defendant mouthed off to judge had him shocked, judge fired. Oh, really? That judge was over it. That judge was like, go on, give him a 7. Fire it up to 7. Enjoy your movie, Dwayne. Or play or whatever it was. Oh my God, it went down and kind of convulsed. That would be so scary to see. Oh, yeah, now Unsolved Mysteries, that was good. Okay, that was good, right? I can't wait to see that. I am just here. I am a little 50 to 70, but I can't imagine. I saw this thing the other day. I don't know, it was a YouTube video where this person had like, and I don't know what you call them if you're if you know what I'm talking about, the power line workers, where they're showing the metal gloves or whatever, and they were showing you kind of what it was like, and they're like, okay, now put your hands in here, and then they took them off, and they're showing it being like, bzzz, and I was like, oh my gosh, that kind of stuff scares me. I mean, a lot of stuff scares me. Let's be honest. Yeah, 2020 is another one. Oh, thanks, Little Kaza. I appreciate it. Good night, Mad. Hey, Heavenly. I hope all's well. Shannon, the alien stories. I know the alien stories in me too, Shannon. Yeah, I agree, Bandit. Bandit said they think that the trial is going to be, you know what, show. I agree. I'm very interested to see opening statements because, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't she going to give her own opening statements? So it's like, I'm just like, I think from the get-go, from the moment we start, the trial is going to go off the rails because I think she's going to get up there. She's going to have that holier than thou, you know, energy that she's been bringing. Oh, with respect, says the mushroom murder trial starts in May. Oh my gosh, how do they do it? Is there like the equivalent of like live tweeting? Like, how does that work there? Like, how do we get daily updates on it? Oh my God, the escape from it. What do y'all think? Do y'all think, so just very quick, do y'all think the dudes that escaped from Alcatraz lived? Do you think they made it? God, do y'all see this? Look, Luke is requesting play from his brother. That's his nose. Look at that. What are you looking at? This is what Luke does all day. Luke, honey, no. It's I feel like they did make it to land too. Luke, Jake's come and get in on it. Jake, do you want to say hello? Luke, you probably have everybody's dogs going crazy. Luke. Luke. Where's the toy, Matt? Matt, hold on. Let me mute it for a second. Okay, we got Luke a little toy. That'll last for a few minutes while we kind of finish up. I think that they made it too. Also, the dude who jumped out of the airplane who robbed that bank, you know what I'm talking about? I feel like he made it too. But didn't they find evidence that he didn't make it? I can't remember. Yeah, they've been sleeping for basically the whole live. DB Cooper. Yeah, DB Cooper. Yeah, Bo's just like, what are you doing? Bo's like, no. Now Bo's waking up. Luke is sitting right here now chewing on a toy that we got today. So now Bo's waking up to be like, well, let me go over here and try and get this tennis ball from him. He's going over to get some water first. His morning coffee, right? So y'all, since we're all here, I'm gonna revisit the like what we're doing. Tomorrow night we're gonna watch Alex Cox's interview. That's Lori's brother, who you're hearing them talk about. You know, he's the one that, was trying to save their lives, and from Charles Vallow and all this type of stuff. His interview is much longer. We'll put it on fast forward. We're gonna watch his, and then we'll watch the Tylee one. Today's Sunday, Tuesday night, I guess. So we're just gonna kind of watch that. We're basically this week waiting for trial to start. They're thinking sometime around April 7th or whatever. Thanks, Stitch. I appreciate it. This is the toy right here, y'all. This thing right here. I mean, y'all, the drama this has caused today. I'm talking, no, Jake. Jake. Go get the ball. Major drama. So tomorrow, 7:00, we'll do that live chat. And that's kind of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go because it's puppy hour, and that's only gonna get worse from here on out. So there's that. Oh, thanks, Lauren. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jake loves playing with the puppies. He goes and gets a toy. Like right now, he has that toy and he's hiding it. Like Jake will take the toy and go put it in a weird spot and then like guard it. And it sends Luke over. You hear him. They'll do this for hours now if we don't go get the toy where Jake has it. I cannot, y'all. I can't. Y'all. So anyways, that's what we'll meet back here at 7. I'll put the thing up either later tonight or in the morning or whatever. Alex Cox will be tomorrow. The main channel video tomorrow is Scott Peterson. I go over the interview that Vinny did with a dude who gave him a beat down. So that's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see if y'all have answers to some of the questions in regards to like how did Scott, like, why, like, how do you pay, like, how do you protect yourself the way Scott is? Anyways, that's it. Emily, Indy, Lauren, Tux, and I'm Audra. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you everybody else for being here. Y'all send love to Tori and everyone her way for their time. This is just a terrible time for her. And so there's nothing really other to say than that. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. You can hear kids, you hear them in the background. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening or Sunday and a good Monday. I will see you Monday evening. That is it. So we'll send ourselves off for the Sofa Squad song to do a little palate cleanser from Lori, right? So y'all take care. I love you. Thank you so much. And I'll
The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please. The puppies need me. Oh, oh, please. My body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Puppies need me, oh please. My body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.